Hello. What's up, warrior? Welcome back to today's daily wisdom. And I have an important message for us today. And it deals with what to do when you're not winning. Does anyone else struggle with this? Like in your business, in your life, you want to do well, you're moving forward. And then what happens is you see that there's a bunch of other people that are winning and it's not you. Right. So if that's something that you struggle with, I'm just being very transparent. I struggle with that a lot. Put a one in the comments below. So it's important what to know what to do when you're not winning. And there's some secrets, there's some keys that we can go through in this. Right now in our company, there's a lot of winning going on. Yesterday, so every Monday night we have our corporate live call. And on this live, there's just names and names and names of people just winning, right? And it's cool to see there is momentum going on in Partner Co. We're number one momentum in the world. And how much I'm competitive, right? I'm super, super competitive. I like to win and I hate to lose, right? So as I'm sitting there and I'm looking at the charts, I can't help but to feel I'm excited for what's going on. But at the same time, I'm also frustrated as well. I'm frustrated about myself. I'm frustrated that our team isn't on the charts as much as possible. Like I'm like challenged with this. I'm just being very transparent because I like being number one, right? I don't like being number two or number whatever that it is. And when we take a look at our business and we take a look at our results, the reality is many times we're not going to necessarily be winning. But from that, I drew a lot of principles. And I feel like it's important for us to be able to share with this because I think when you're not winning is one of the times that you're learning the most. Eric Worre says you're either winning or you're learning. And how much do we not like to learn? How much do we just rather win, right? So, but I learned some principles that I think will bring us a lot more joy. I learned some secrets that during those times when you're not winning, I also believe will help you to be able to win more as well too, and to be able to move forward in your business. And here's the key: when you're not winning, what's the proper thing to do? Find genuine ways to celebrate others. Find genuine ways to celebrate others. Here's the test: can you celebrate others' wins even when you're not winning? Does anyone else get challenged with that? And I think it's so important. Why? Because it's easy to celebrate when you're winning, but can you also find joy in celebration when you're not exactly winning yourself? And it's important because typically what we see in other people is actually what we see in ourselves. And what happens is this is I remember when I'm looking at the charts and I'm seeing people like just succeed like crazy. People making $10,000 their first month, $50,000 their first 100 days, people hitting top level achievements in their businesses. And then I'm not. My first response is frustration, anxiety, and worry. And like, man, when's it going to happen? FOMO. Have you guys felt FOMO before? Right, warriors? Like it sucks. But then my second response is this is I had to challenge myself and I said, no, I shouldn't be feeling this way. Because if I'm seeing other people win, like what Imani says, it should not be a sign that I'm losing. That's the wrong way to think about it. It should be a sign that people can win. And when you see other people win and you celebrate that genuinely, then what that actually showcases more is that you're able to see pieces of them that are also within you. The way that we see the world is typically actually how we see ourselves. Have you noticed that to be the case? It's important, the lens and the framework that we're going through. And I had to challenge myself. And I'm like, all right, God, this is like a very revealing moment for me because this is showing me what's really in my heart. And is my heart actually, it's different what you say versus what you actually feel, right? It's important how you genuinely feel subconsciously. I can consciously say I'm happy for other people's wins. I can consciously say that it's amazing that things are happening, but subconsciously how we feel, what's the actual emotion, what's the truth of things? And I was confronted with that yesterday. And I'm like, oh, dang, I got to do some heart work right here. And what I started to do was I'm just like, I just started to get really excited for other people. And I started to see the names in the charts that weren't in my team necessarily. And I started to think about all the stories that are behind those that are winning. And I started to think about all the struggles everyone's going through. And I started getting excited again, just seeing people win as a whole. Because you know what it showcases to us is, number one, how amazing is our profession. They're seeing average people from around the world do extraordinary things. You're seeing people that all go through the same types of worries and fears and anxieties that all of us do. They all go through rejection. They all go through the naysayers. They're all going through the same stuff and you and I are going through. And to see that they're able to achieve victory, like it's such a showcase of the human spirit. It's such a reaffirmation of what's possible. And I started to actually have joy again. Not that my names on the chart are people, and it's cool to see our people's names in the charts too. But it was so cool to see people that are not related to me just win. And I started to say, James, I think it's a test, because can you be happy even when you're not winning? Can you be truly joyful when you're not winning? Can you actually, before you get success, you're tested, right? And I felt like it was such a heart thing that I had to get tested with. And I got just so excited again. So today, what do you do when you're not winning? Find people that you can genuinely celebrate. Because if you can celebrate others genuinely, like with a true heart of, man, this is amazing. What that starts to do for you is it starts to remind you of the truth of who you are as well too. Because you're more than a conqueror. Because you are a warrior. Because you do have God-given dreams. Because you do have a greater purpose. Because you do have things that need to be done in your life. Because you do have another level that's within you. So when you start to celebrate other people, whether they're in your business or outside of your business or just in life as a whole, and you start to remember that, hey, the fact that someone else is winning in life also means, and it's an affirmation that you can be someone that could win in your life as well too. When you feel genuine love and appreciation and celebration for other people, it then refuels, ironically, it refuels your own self-esteem. It refuels your own self-image, and it reminds you of the truth. Remember, how we see the world is typically how we see ourselves. So I don't know if anyone else gets challenged with that, but it was just such an important reminder for me, and it refilled my spirit to another level. We're in an amazing opportunity right now. We're in an amazing time right now. It's amazing to see victories happening left and right. And just know, warrior, that if you're not yet winning right now, the season and the time will come. I'll just end it with this. I'm just reminded of a story. One couple that really inspires me in our company right now is Todd and Ashley Rowland. They are top power rankers in the world. They are crushing it. And their team is just exploding like crazy, right? And it was amazing because I've known their story for the past 7 years. And it wasn't always like that. Right? You should have seen the struggles that they were going through. Legal battles, financial battles, personal battles. We were with them in Tahiti not long ago, and they were recounting their struggles and their journey and their story with us. But what I was reminded of is, even during those tough times, Todd and Ash were always just such amazing people, kind people, investing into others, celebrating others. Just you'd always see a smile on their face. And now their time has come, when the fruits of the the fruits of the labor are now very evident. But it's because during those times when things weren't exactly going their way, they were still sowing good seeds. They were still sharing the story. They were still planting seeds of faith in other people. They were still helping other people. They were still empowering other people. One of the most genuine and friendly people that I've ever seen, just with hearts of gold. And I just think, well, that's why they now have the blessing that's happened, because they passed those tests. So, warrior, just a reminder to us today, some of the most important learning lessons are what to do when you're not winning, and find ways to be able to genuinely celebrate other people, find ways to be able to really express joy to others. And in the meanwhile, as you add value to others without expectation of return, just know there's laws in this world that whatever you sow, you will reap. You sow these good seeds of faith, it tends to come back. It's a way that God wired this entire world. And you're going to have a lot more joy, even when the results aren't exactly there yet. The results will come. So I hope that is helpful. I'm grateful that it touched you, Brandy. If this did, put a 10 in the comments below. Let's have some fun today. Find someone that you can love today. Find someone that you can celebrate about today. Find somebody that you can really be happy for. And just watch what happens to your whole heart and your whole life, and actually in your business as well. So if this was encouraging, if it was, be sure to subscribe to my YouTube if you haven't yet already. Put this plus a lot of other cool daily wisdom, helping your business, help you in your life. Share this if it was impactful as well too. And comment below if there's anything that really impacted you. Other than that, praying for your success today. And I hope you're doing amazing. On that, words out.